Okay, I just woke up, so. Oh, and another little magic moment. I woke up in bed with light coming in the window. Man, that hasn't happened in so long. I couldn't believe it. But also, there was still someone to get up at 3 in the morning, so I went and let her. I was not happy about it. She'll wake up. I can wake her up. Like, move it, like I'm gonna go to the door. She's sitting on the couch, asleep, snoring on the couch. And I'll go to the door and open it. And she'll jump up like, ah! Straight out of a dead sleep. She comes and wakes me up. I'm like, Ma! I do not like to be woke up. I get really grumpy. But when I let her out, it was fucking snow everywhere. Ugh. Right when I'm like, oh, maybe they've lifted the shroud. No. It's still got some machines going because there's snow everywhere. And it's still fucking frigid as fuck. So, but anyways, the thing I wanted to talk about was, it's on now, it's going. And I know that there's a bunch of people who listen to me and, not America, in America. I don't even know if I have anybody in America who listens to me, but, we're all spread out all over the place. And, like me, I questioned, what am I doing here? Like, what in the hell? Why am I in this place that I'm at? I'm the only person awake. It's like dangerous. Throughout this quarantine situation, right? In one of the most restricted places. It's like, this makes no sense. Like, what? And, and then I had to just start looking at it from the soul. Like, there has to be light in the dark. So there's souls that are put around because there has to be light in the dark. So you're bringing the light when you're awake, even though it feels like it doesn't make any sense. And don't forget, no matter where you're at, that doesn't necessarily mean, you're going to die, because just keep yourself safe. And, but whatever is going to happen is going to happen. It's completely out of our control, but there is no death. There is only waking up from a dream and going into another reality. That's all it is. And most of the people who are leaving, they're still going to be, I don't know, something with this transition to the new earth. I know there's something to this thing about the dead and the live will walk together on the new earth. So there's something, I'm not sure how it's going to go. But as consciousness develops, like anyone who's leaving, their consciousness is also developing. It's the mastery of our consciousness. It's being able to go from dream to dream on our own without it just happening, and without getting in one and then thinking that this is all there is. It's just this dream. What happens if it ends? What? And we just get in there and we panic like, oh my God, this is all? This is my one life? This is my one chance? And it's not like that at all. It's learning mastery over your consciousness so you can go from reality to reality to reality. So, but this is a stair step. This is a graduation. This has been a school, and the graduation is the age, leaving this age, going to a new age. So, if you are in these dark places where there's a lot going on, I know it doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Stella, I'm talking, please. That your soul would want to go through that, but souls get born into Syria every day because it's the experience. It's just a dream. If you think about life of the different people who you've met, like there was somebody, I probably talked about this before, when I was watching that show Pose, one of the characters, and she was trans, she was a black woman, but she was born a man, but she was a black woman. Really, really beautiful. And to me, her life seemed super exciting. Like, man, she's just got so much interesting stuff happening all the time. It was a show and stuff, but it made me think about that life during that time and that reality, that there was so much to learn. Every single thing we learn from things that go wrong, that go bad. We learn from what makes us have to build our own resilience. And it's an expansion. Learning is just expanding self, expanding your ability to look at things more from a further out perspective, not being so inside of something. Because when you, like, most souls have gone in and experienced war, have been killed in war. Well, why would a soul do that? Because then you understand, like, why war is stupid. It doesn't work. We've been the ones who have died during war. So all of the different things that souls go through, they learn from it. And so all of this stuff that's going on right now, it will seem like, why would no soul's going to come here and be terrorized and have bombs going off and think they're about to die? Well, when you know it's a dream, you go through a lot of different experiences because it's not real. When your soul isn't in this reality, it knows it's not real. Your soul is like watching you understand that, watching you develop beyond your limitations. And that's why, you think like, well, if I have a higher self, why would it let me go through this? Why wouldn't it rescue me? Why would it blah, blah, blah? Because it knows that it's a dream, and this expansion for you to realize that this is a dream, for you to expand your consciousness, to develop, that raises you up to going into a level up by your higher self. It's a merge. It's like where I talk about body meets soul, because you're merging with your higher self as you elevate. So there's great purpose to all of it, even though it seems like, what? Why would we go through this? Now we got fucking bombs going off. They're definitely gonna threaten us with nuclear war. Who knows how many missiles they're gonna put off? Who knows how many people are going to die for this? Because there is martyr souls who, they put their life, their life path is to teach you. So their death is so you learn. Lots of that going on. So, and there's just, it's so vast of all the different soul contracts and stuff that's going on. And that's why, like, it's a dead end to go in and watch. Like yesterday, I saw some headlines. And I didn't go in and watch the video, but I looked up the story because it was a mom and a boyfriend who murdered, raped, and dismembered their child. I was just like, what? And that is where, that's what I talk about. They tell our stories and stuff in movies and stuff. But when you go in and this wasn't a movie. This was like a crime show or something. It was I don't know, Dateline or something. And then, but when you go in and you read that, you're like, why would some soul come in and do this? Well, when you go into these very conflicted, weird stories, like, they all know each other. Their souls would not be together if they weren't already connected. If there wasn't a soul contract, there wouldn't be. And I think, why would this girl come in and be murdered by these people? Well, you don't know when you get into the soul contract what things are being put back in balance, what parts they've played, what things are wrapping up. I mean, it's so complex and intricate. And that's why, when they do that and they get us pulled into all these different stories, they're things that we don't understand. We don't understand everybody else's soul contracts. Everybody has their own unique situations and circumstance that they're learning from. And everything is a projection, everything is a dream. And it just feels real. Like, when I'm reading that, I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. I couldn't even finish it. It was a 15-year-old adopted girl, and the woman who adopted her saw her as non-human. And that is what is happening in our society, It has been so much. Children have become so disposable. People have just not understood how important it is to heal, and that we shouldn't be moving forward in our life until we're fully developed. We're being pushed out into the world prematurely and expected to be able to be successful. And it would never be like that. If we were still in tribes and stuff, it wouldn't be that way. You would have to develop yourself before you could go to the next step. There is no leveling up in this world. Their level ups are these pieces of paper. Here, how many pieces of paper do you have hanging on your wall? Well, do you have any skills? You're your own You are your own value. You are your own currency. So how developed are you? Do you just hang pieces of paper on your wall to say, you know, your accomplishments? Because you need to find them inside yourself. That is the failure of our education system. That's a failure of our, well, it's not a failure because it's what the government and Big Pharma designed this society to be like. Not, and I'm not talking about like this government. I'm talking about the government that started this place. It's been going for a long time. Because all the way back, this is the same patterns repeating over and over and over and over. This is the same people in charge. The same souls keep coming in and being born. So, and there was another thing I wanted to talk about too. Oh, it was a show I was watching yesterday. But it kind of goes with this. So I'll be right back.